Man, thanks for tuning back in to the Directly Indirect show. And as you all know, clap it up for me, your boy Snail Monetized. I'm going to do a whole show on being monetized, so stick with me on that. It should be fun. But as you all can hear, I'm a little congested. I'm a little sick. I've been under the weather for the last few days. So excuse my voice. I'm still here giving y'all great content because that's what I do. Barely living. I'm barely crawling, but I'm making my way to YouTube world to give y'all content because I can't stop.
Stop the cap.
But enough about that, man. Real quick, thank y'all for continuing to watch, sub, like, comment, man. Thank y'all for everything you do. Thank y'all for continuing to allow me to keep wanting to push myself. Like, I should legit be in the bed, but I saw like a thing about is doing this episode, so I might as well do it. But before I get into the show, thank y'all for making this episode real good, man. I had a ton of fun doing it. It wasn't rehearsed. Everybody seemed to like that episode, so I may do more like that depending on how things turn out. But let's get to the business at hand. What happens? What happens when a CEO brings in contraband, like 70 grams worth of you know what to a facility, and she's in a whole relationship with the dude, man? Man, rock with me. Y'all have been so pivotal in allowing me to do this, man. I'm so thankful. So thank y'all. But let's get back to the business at hand. Man, we got this.
First at 5 on your news leader, a Shelby County Sheriff's Corrections deputy is charged with bribery and official misconduct. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. That deputy has just been identified as Bianca Grandberry. WREG's newest reporter, Raven Copeland, joins us now live with more on the investigation surrounding the deputy and the crime she's accused of. Raven?
That's right. Bianca Grandberry was arrested this morning. Now, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office says the charges stem from an inappropriate relationship with an inmate named Martavius Williams.
We spent an extensive amount of time talking about public trust. But Ms. Grandberry chose to go a different route.
On November 13, 2024, jail investigators uncovered evidence that showed Grandberry had an inappropriate relationship with inmate Williams. According to investigators, Grandberry knew he had a cell phone while he was detained and would video chat Williams when she was off
check
work.
This out. Listen, getting in the phone may not be too hard for some women. I guess if you know certain people, whatever, I can see it happening, especially if it's a facility where the entrance is not as keen, it's a little bit broken, where the entrance may not be as secure as it should be. So for an inmate to get a phone, not uncommon. What is uncommon, more than anything, as crazy as this may sound, what is uncommon is the actual correctional officer that's dating the inmate having FaceTime. The level of risk for that, to me, would be way more immense than actually bringing in the phone if you were to put it on the scale. But to continuously have FaceTime conversations is crazy work. Man, that was love. Love, lust, whatever you want to call it. It was something. I don't know what these women expect to happen. I don't know. She's clearly not an ugly female at all. You know, it doesn't matter, but it matters if you know, you know. Again, what do these women think is going to happen? There's no relationship. He can't visit your mom. He can't come over for Valentine's Day. He can't come over for Christmas. Nothing. It's almost like a weird place in their mind that they've made this imaginary world that they're both living in. It's almost like it's like a mental disease to me. I don't get it. But it's not for me to get because I'm not going to ever do anything like that. And people who are like me, we don't understand why that's happening. You got to ask a person like that, you know, who's done stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, let's just continue watching this because Shorty's a train wreck, like legit.
Deputy Buckner says she used that form of communication to coordinate money transactions with Williams and his family and friends. Contraband was also found inside the inmate's cell.
But then we also found 2 small bags of marijuana, one that was tucked inside clothing within the cell, But then another small bag of marijuana that was being hidden inside of a Lucky Charms bag. And we weighed both of those bags, and it weighed about 66.7 grams.
A stabbing weapon was also found in Williams' cell. Right now, investigators are working to find out how the contraband was entered inside the jail. Granberry is not the only one facing charges. Williams and his cellmate, Malik Williams, are both charged with 3 counts of introducing contraband into a penal institution. Martavius Williams is also charged with bribery of a public servant. One of the things Chief Deputy Buckner reiterated is that correctional deputies have a duty to protect and serve.
We view corrections deputies as protectors and not predators. And so it's disappointing that the same person who was patrolling the hallways of the Shelby County Jail now find themselves on the other side of the law, behind bars.
So, that was interesting. Can you imagine that dynamic going from coming in, taking your badge, clocking in, whatever the case may be, working the grounds, working the units, to being on the opposite side of that, where your tray is being brought to you, or you having to go to chow, and you having to be cuffed to go to certain places? Like, can you imagine mentally what that must do to a person? So with all that being said, why risk it? Because some of the conditions to these guys where they're being housed at, especially for some of these COs that work in these really, really, really shitty facilities. You see the conditions of the water, of the lighting, the floor, and this is not all facilities, but a ton of them, more than less, I should say. Anyway, you see how bad these facilities are. So why would you risk being in it? But let's finish up.
Now, Granberry is on administrative leave without pay. Right now, she's booked into 201 Poplar with a $15,000 bond. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, so there could be others charged depending on their involvement in these alleged crimes. Reporting live from 201 Poplar, for your news leader, Raven Copeland, WRE.
Man, listen, man, I get it. A lot of them don't think it can happen to them. They see the quick money. Oh, you'll give me $100 for a pack of cigarettes? $500 for a pack? What? But check this out though, man. She's not an ugly girl whatsoever. They're getting used to the money. They get used to the fast life. And it's almost like the street life hustling. I mean, and they run parallel if you think about it. Probably more money in the facility, being that it's so much more for so much less, you know what I'm saying? So that excites them. The bringing it in excites them. All of that is like a form of adrenaline. And once that adrenaline dump, like anything else, and reality set in and realization kicks in, it get real quick. So all that being said, y'all know how it go, man. Don't do it. Don't bring it in. If you see something, say something, because you gotta understand, a lot of these cats are on medication. So if you're bringing in drugs and these cats taking these drugs with their medications, who knows what they'll do to themselves, you, or anybody else. And ultimately, that can lead you to being an accomplice to a murder, because you brought the drugs in, which triggered the dynamic ball or realm of effects that got him crazy. That can happen. The right lawyer can tie all that together, and then you're an accomplice for a murder. It sounds crazy, but it can happen. Listen, man, y'all already know how I give it up, and I hate to keep saying this. I don't care if y'all tired of hearing me saying it. I'm gonna still say it, but thank y'all for continuing to watch, like, comment, subscribe. Those that hate, thank you. Those that love it, thank you. Man, they gonna always hate. Get them out your way. It don't matter what they say. You keep shining. You keep grinding. It's all about timing. Everything else don't matter, man. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Thank y'all for what y'all do, man. I appreciate you so much. I'm out.
You got it, friend. Oh, this bitch about to knock it down. Ooh!